Pisces. We're going to get into a reading. So, I asked my Patreon members what suggestions they had for readings this month. And someone asked, what is blocking manifestations, like your manifestations? So I'm going to look into that. If you guys need anything, check it out in the comment section. If the comment section is deactive, you can find it in the description. I do have a flash sale right now for my readings if you want to check that out. I also have birth charts, oracle cards. You can check out my Etsy shop. All of that again is down in the comments section. Patreon and channel members see these first always. Let's see. What could be blocking your manifestations? Some of you, it could have been needing to do shadow work, needing to go through a moment of deep introspection. Some of you, what's blocking your manifestations is that you've been needing to set boundaries. You've been needing to heal the sides of you that have felt unworthy. You've also been needing to adjust your expectations, okay? So that's one of the things blocking your manifestations. Another thing could be that you've not had the ability to stay in the present. Some of you could have also been awakening to the fact that you had some sort of belief system that needed to be released. This could have been something that you were conditioned to think. This could have been an expectation on you, whether it was expectation from family, a lover, a job. That could have also been something that needed to be conquered, okay? I'm seeing a lot of like seeing things clearly, being grateful for what you have and staying positive. Receiving assistance from your spirit guides, but also recognizing that maybe you needed to get to a place of tempering sides of you that was not beneficial for what you're manifesting. Here's an example. Let's say that you are trying to manifest a career or the love of your life. Well, if there are sides of you that would jeopardize that position, jeopardize that business, jeopardize that love relationship, those parts of you need to be stripped, need to be reevaluated, maybe even need to be understood. Because let's say you're a self-sabotager. Well, if you don't understand your behavior and what that looks like in a sabotaging, you could get someone that you want and then sabotage the hell out of that relationship and not recognize it till you're 2, 3, 4 years detached and then go, oh my God, I sabotaged that relationship. I'm the reason I don't have the person I classify as the love of my life. So some of you, that was one of the things blocking your manifestations, is that you need to temper sides of you that were not going to be beneficial. And you could have a spirit guide who's kind of guiding you to what you're asking for, what you've been attracting, which is abundance, which is success, which is a relationship where you guys share the same values. Maybe a relationship where there's sincere feelings, someone who wants to take care of you and vice versa. If this is a job, this could be a job that you're very protective over. But you also want a job where you hold the same values, where you feel like it's a high vibrational job, where you feel like people are there for one another. It isn't some sort of facade that quickly crumbles. Give me more for what's been blocking your manifestations. Yeah, the devil. The devil could again be expectations. The devil could be being addicted to something and it not be good for you. The devil could also be you expecting something to grow quicker than it should, or something to look a certain way when it's going to look completely different. Here's an example. Let's say that I gave you tomatoes to plant. And as the Empress, you're going to plant them. You love you a good tomato garden. However, with the devil, you could want those tomatoes to grow in a certain way. You could be like, no, I want them to grow directly up. I don't want any vines. I don't want them to look funky. I don't want it to go this way. It's like if you are so controlling, in charge of what that looks like, you might then damage something without knowing. So what does that make me think of? Let's go back to the tomato plant. Let's say that you do want that tomato plant to grow a certain way. And let's say that you're out there and you're tying the tomato vine to a post that's going to help it grow the exact way that you want it to. But let's say that you tie the the vine and the post together so tightly that it cuts into the vine. It makes the vine damaged. And maybe it makes the vine so damaged that it then has to heal from the damage that was done. That's what I'm saying here. And for some of you, that could have been something that was blocking your manifestations. Let's say it's a lover. Maybe you're along the energy of, well, Danielle, this is exactly what I need that lover to look like, what I need them to do, how I need them to show up. Maybe that's you getting in your own way. Maybe what you've been manifesting is coming or is right in front of you. But again, you're tying the vine and the post so tightly together because you want it to go in a certain way. But this is what I'm manifesting. We know what you're manifesting. But you also maybe needed to go through a season of healing any unworthiness you had, setting boundaries when it comes to toxic relationship where there was just passion, lust, chemistry, infatuation, and nothing more. If there is no substance, if there is not quality to the relationships you have in your life, why are you keeping them? That's what I'm saying here. Same if it's for a job. Let's say you're sitting here and you're trying to manifest a business, but maybe you don't feel worthy enough to own your own business. Maybe you're even allowing yourself to be swallowed into some sort of toxic environment and you're feeding into the lies that you're telling yourself. So although you might be manifesting you being able to be a business owner and work for yourself, you're not taking the action to do it. You kind of don't feel like you're worthy to be a business owner anyway. Maybe you don't think you're capable. Maybe you don't think you'll be able to juggle all of that. That's what I'm saying here. And maybe there's been some sort of belief system that you've held for far too long. And you're kind of awakening to the fact that you're conforming instead of actually going after what you want. And that could be you blocking your own manifestations. So for some of you, you've been blocking it simply because what you want isn't what it is. That could be like a partner. Maybe this is the partner that I want. Well, maybe that's not the partner that's good for you. Maybe that's actually a karmic partner for you who's taught you significant lessons and isn't necessarily a blessing for you. Maybe that's fights 4 times a week, feeling alone. Why do you feel that you deserve that kind of love life? Why do you feel that you deserve to be with someone who won't show up for you, won't tell you how they feel, won't put pride or ego to the side? Why do you think that you deserve such less than everyone else, that you don't deserve that relationship that feels fulfilling, that makes you feel valued? That's what I'm saying here, okay? And if you don't heal those sides of you that need to be healed so you can go towards what you're manifesting, you will continue to accept bare minimum, trashy jobs, trashy relationships, trashy circumstances. And that could have been, again, you needing to set boundaries. That could have been, again, you needing to reevaluate your belief systems and where you were lying to yourself. Here's an example. I know somebody personally. It is none of you before anybody starts jumping to conclusions. I know somebody personally who would always say, I want to start a business. I want to start a business. And I would say, well, why don't you? We can sit here right now, pen and paper, and make out things that you can do to get this business going. Well, I can't. Well, can't never could do nothing. You know why? Because can't sitting in the corner saying I can't. What do you mean you can't? We can sit here all day and give you a list of everything that you need to do. It wasn't that this person couldn't, it's that this person didn't want to. It's that this person felt safer working for others. It's like this person felt that maybe they didn't deserve to own their own business. They didn't have what it took to have a successful business. So they needed to be a part of someone else's successful business. And that could be a sense of not feeling worthy. Now, before you put down below, well, maybe she didn't want the stress of working for herself. That's not what it was. It had nothing to do with stress. It had nothing to do with having to work too many hours. It had everything to do with the fact that that would be a gamble, that would be a leap, that would be a risk. And there was something there deep inside of her that felt, although she wanted it, she believed down to her core, she couldn't make it happen. She wasn't enough by herself, mind, body, soul, to get a business off the ground and hit the ground running. No matter who helped her, no matter what advice she got, it was never going to be enough. Sometimes we can block our own manifestations because it doesn't look the way we want it to look. It doesn't show up the way we want it to show up. It doesn't unfold the way we want it to unfold. That could even be a lover. There could be a belief system here where you think you need to be dating a guy who's 6'5", works in finance, and has blue eyes. Maybe if you're a man, there's a certain vision on how you want your woman to look, how you want her to act, and that's all fine, that's great, that's grand. But that could also be you kind of conforming to what you're expecting, but not what you need, not what you've actually been manifesting. Because you can put in the comments, well, this is the person that I want. Okay, well, does that person show up that way? If you want someone who's loyal, who values you, who's consistent, who's kind, who's patient, is the person you're crazy about or the person that you're addicted to or obsessed with or can't get over, do they show up in that way? Because if not, that is you blocking your manifestation. You are manifesting something completely different than what that person is, yet you want them to be something different. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. And that could be you feeling unworthy. Again, let's say you go to the car dealership. I want a red Corvette. They come over there with a blue Chevy Silverado truck. Are you just going to take it? It ain't what you asked for. You want a sports car. Completely different, night and day. Are you going to take it? And why? Why would you take it? Why would you not speak up and say, hey, this isn't what I asked for. I asked for a red Corvette. Why are you bringing me a blue Chevy? I don't get it. But for far too long, you maybe would have been like, oh, I mean, it's fine. At least I got a car. I mean, it's fine. I like this person. This is my lover. I'm attached to them. It's not enough. And a lot of you had to get to a place where you were positive about your future. You were positive about what you're attracting. But you also had to set those boundaries. Again, boundary. Hey, listen, I'm starting my business off the ground. So I said I'm going to work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. That means 9 to 5. I can't do overtime. And if you guys need me to do overtime, we're going to have to reevaluate something. Because my boundary is that I can't do overtime. And if that is something that is necessary in this company, then maybe I need to leave this company because I need to fight for myself. And I need to ask myself, why do I feel that everyone else, my friends, my family, all these other people can have successful businesses, but I can't. I'm incapable. That's what I'm saying here. A lot of you had to recognize that you are worthy of what you're asking for. But not only do you need to manifest it, you have to take action to get there. And for some of you with the devil, there's an energy here of feeling tired, feeling weighed down, feeling addicted, feeling obsessed. The devil could be an energy of being infatuated with something that's not good for you. Okay, so that reminds me of the people who are obsessed with, I'm going to retire at the age of 75. I'm going to work 3 jobs, but I'm going to retire at 75. They die at 74. Their mindset was growth. Their mindset was, well, when I retire, we're going to travel, we're going to live that life. But maybe they never set the necessary boundaries for them to be able to grow, for them to be able to live the life that they wanted to live. Maybe they had beliefs that, no, you kill yourself for 60 years, then you can enjoy life. And if they would have changed those beliefs, maybe they would have enjoyed life before they went into the ground. That's what I'm saying here. There could be something that you're kind of obsessed with, and you're going to have to, I don't want to say it, but get over it. So I am saying some sort of teamwork or collaboration that's going to come in that could be beneficial for you in your manifestations, okay? This could be something that was once stale or stagnant in your life. So if this is a lover, let's say you've been manifesting a lover. Some of you are going to meet a lover. You're going to be unsure if you want to give to them or if this is the one, but I see it being an energy of my love life has been kind of stale. Nothing's been really moving. Nothing's been really happening. Something's going to then take place and start happening. And you have to decide whether or not you want to get emotionally invested and if it's something you actually see being a part of your future. If this is a job, this could be, again, someone wanting to help. Remember me saying earlier about that person I know and that person saying, well, no, I can't start a business. I can't. And me literally being like, I can fix that problem. This is how we fix it. You can't do what? Girl, we can fix that. You don't have no customers? All right, bet. I'll come over. I'll get some flyers. And when I tell you, I will hand knock on every single door in this town and every single business in this town. Everyone will know this business before today's over with. Where there's a will, there's a way. That's the energy I'm getting here. This could be someone who's going to come in and say, hey, you want to be a manager? Okay, I got your back 100% because I think you're an asset to this company. So you know what? I'm going to be a team player. It's me and you against everything here. I'm going to have your back. I'm going to be the one in there going, listen, if you want a manager who's really going to put it in, you need to get this one over here. I'm telling you. Now, don't y'all be sleeping on this person. This person's a go-getter. Someone is going to be in your corner in your near future to help your manifestations take flight, to be possible. But I see you being unsure if this is really getting you out of a stale type of energy. So if this is a career, this could be a career where you've been kind of getting paid the same thing. Nothing's been really moving. You've just been content with where things have been. This could be that coworker or that manager who's like, yeah, I remember you saying you wanted to up level in this position. Do you still want to do that? Because if so, now is the time. And that could be the person who's going to help you go from maybe not moving up to the ladder to moving up the ladder. Again, if this is a lover, this could be a lover where you're going to be unsure if you want to invest with this person. Give me more on what's been blocking your manifestations. Look at this. There is 2 devils. There's 2. And they come out around the Empress. I'm telling you, there is either something you've been obsessive about, wanting it to grow, wanting it to look a certain way. Something has not been in your best interest. The devil to me could be codependency. It could be a trauma bond. It could be a passionate only relationship where it's passionate, but it's not long lasting. It could be wanting life to look a certain way, not recognizing that how you want it to look wouldn't be beneficial for you, wouldn't be as fulfilling as you think. They do want you to know that they are assisting you to get where you want to go. But that you need to be patient. That there's a lot of things you're having to conquer and deal with to get to where you want to go. And again, the devil significantly. Okay, in divine timing, you're going to have to choose a direction. It's going to take strength and it's going to take courage for you to choose the direction. The direction is whether or not you want to give or if you're ready to bring an ending. So again, let's go back to being a business owner. This could be a toxic group at work that is so toxic that in divine timing, you're going to have the strength and the courage to take yourself out of an environment that's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse. And I'm saying that you might put it off. You might adapt to your environment. But I'm saying that maybe within the next 2 months to 2 years, your hand is going to be pushed so significantly that you're not going to be able to ignore it. You're going to have to take action. I see that you want equal giving and receiving, but I also see that something is going to have to end for that to take place. So this could be a job. You could be working at a job where you're conforming. You're wearing a facade when you're there. But it could be time for you to set a boundary. If this is a lover that's wanting to come back, in divine timing, you might need to see that this lover and you together are not good together. It's toxic. And you could need to bring an ending. Yeah, if it's a lover who sees you as a soulmate or twin flame, but they've not shown up in that way towards you. And they could actually be a blockage. You could want giving and receiving, but how you want giving and receiving might not be possible. So you could be hoping for someone to be a version of themselves that they're never going to be. And that could be something that you're learning here, is that you have a lot of options on where you want to go, how you're going to get there. But if you get in a place of analysis paralysis, you're never going to get to your manifestation simply because you are staying stuck. So in divine timing, Something's going to take place where you're either going to stay in a toxic dynamic or a chaotic dynamic, or you're going to decide to get out of it. At the end of the day, you have to pick your poison. I will say this, if this is a career where there's giving and receiving, but there's also a lot of stabbing in the back. It's like as soon as they give you something, be careful because it might get taken just as quickly kind of thing. Again, I will say this again. One of the things that's blocking your manifestations is the way that you think they're supposed to look. Looks don't matter. It matters how it feels, is what I just heard. Yeah, someone's coming back who's scared you're not going to accept them. There's going to be communication, there's going to be dialogue, they're going to clear up confusion, and then you're going to have to decide in divine timing whether or not you want to give to this. Again, this could be you getting promoted in a very toxic environment, but needing to recognize that it isn't going to get better. You can stay there all you want, but in the same sense, you're kind of conforming, you're wearing a facade, and you are... Really, when I tell you you're surrounded with baloney, I'm not kidding. You're surrounded with bull, with drama, with chaos. You're going to have to get rid of that before you get to where you want to go. I mean, stress isn't good for you. Neither is drama. If you stay in a toxic environment, in a drama-filled environment, in a chaotic environment, you might notice that your mental health is going to take a hit. You might notice that you are going to stay sick a lot more than what you're used to. You might be drained. You might be on edge. And sometimes, unfortunately, people turn into the environment that they're in. So I think in divine timing, something's going to take place where you're going to have the option to get yourself out of something that's not good for you. It is blocking what you're manifesting. Again, if you're manifesting a different job, if you're manifesting a better work environment, if you're manifesting being able to be a business owner, you're going to have to take action to get you there. But you also might need to heal some sense of unworthiness inside of you that thinks that you're not capable of leaving where you're at to go to somewhere new. Now, again, I'm saying significantly that you need to place a boundary. A lot of you, something that's blocking your manifestations is placing boundaries with things, people, and places that aren't getting you to where you want to go. An example, if this is a lover coming in and there's infatuation, there's a little bit of like, but I thought I was this person's forever, Danielle, but I just don't know. They're coming in and I feel like it's too late. How does that make you feel? How does it make you feel that this person's coming in and you feel so crazy about them and there's still a lot of passion and chemistry? Do you feel that there is actually something here that's going to be long lasting, that's going to be healthy? Does this person come in and make your nervous system feel on edge? Or do they come in and do they have conversations with you that they need to have so you can feel safe, so you can feel valued, so you can feel like they understand you, they see you, and they want to fix this? Because that's the difference between night and day. That's the difference between a bad one and a good one. And for a lot of you, they're saying that when someone comes in and tries to fix something when it seems like it's a little too late, or when it's just a lot of passion and infatuation and them wanting to see if you guys are still good, maybe recognize that they're blocking you from your forever. Have you ever heard the saying, get rid of Mr. Now because he's blocking you from Mr. Forever? Same for Mrs. Get rid of Mrs. Now because they're blocking you from Mrs. Forever. What do I mean by that? We're talking about the people who don't know if they can make plans. We're talking about the people who make plans and don't show up. We're talking about the people who say one thing and do another. We're talking about the people who are inconsistent or emotionally unavailable or who are playing games with you. Those are Mr. and Mrs. Nows. They can only give you right this moment. And for some of you, that's fine. But for some of you, that's blocking your manifestations. That's blocking you from your Mr. or Mrs. Forever. Now, if this isn't love, this is a career. This is something where you are you've got a facade. You've got some sort of, it'll be fine. It's going to be fine. It's not that big of a deal. But what you don't recognize is that you are kind of ignoring a problem that's going to become a bigger problem in the future. You're going to find out that you have to pick your poison, and you might be picking the most deadly poison. Imagine someone gives you 5 snakes and says, hey, choose a snake to bite you. You don't know anything about them, just choose one. And you choose the deadliest. That's where you're at. And it's getting in your way of what you've been manifesting. So again, in your future, someone's going to come in and try to help you get out of this situation and help you get towards what you're manifesting. That could be someone offering you a job outside of where you work. That could be a boss coming in and saying, listen, we're going to start pushing you up the ladder, and you might be able to change something to do with your work environment. Again, I'm definitely seeing though that if this is a work environment and you decide to stay, it might be more work than what it's worth. It might be more headache than what you want to deal with. And although you might want to give and receive, it could be a little bit of like, be careful what you conform to, because you might become a part of it. Okay. Now again, I am saying someone's going to come in and try to help you. So if you're trying to get a business off the ground, someone here is going to try to help you get something out of a place of stagnancy. So this could be a relationship. This could be a relationship where it's been stagnant. It's been stuck. All of a sudden they want to come in. They want to fix it. Are they blocking you from your future? Or are they your future? You have to decide. For a lot of you, they're blocking you. For a lot of you, they're blocking you from your future. And I'm just going to be blunt with you, okay? And you need to have the communication with them to figure out, what do they want? What purpose are they here for? And can you get behind that purpose? Is that something you want to be a part of? Give me more for what's blocking your manifestations. Yeah, learning a lesson and moving on. See, that's what I'm saying. Some of you need to learn a lesson or make a final decision and move on, move away, and get to a place of peace on your own. It's time for a new beginning. So again, some of you, you don't want to go through a change simply because you've got to go through a change. Something to do with the job, something to do with a family. I don't think it's family. I feel like it could be stability. Some of you, it's leaving a job or starting that business and betting on yourself instead of betting on someone else in their dream. And some of you need to hear that. Some of you need to get the hell out of your own way and go after a new beginning and quit chasing other people's dreams and start chasing your own. Because you're going to recognize that the universe is actually going to help you. They're going to give you people in your corner who's going to be able to say, oh, that's been stuck. You don't know what to do. I got you. I can help you. I actually had to do this too. That's what I'm saying here. But again, if you're very quick to say, but no, I don't want to do that. Maybe you're supposed to be a business owner. But if you are scared to do the thing, oh, it might be too overwhelming. It might not be as overwhelming as you think. I know some people who are business owners, and I don't know how the hell they are. They're irresponsible as hell. They can't keep nothing together. They ain't got no sense of scheduling, being accountable. They are literally flying by the wing of their pants. They're successful though. Not everyone runs a business the way that you would. Not everything's black and white. And telling yourself, well, I don't know if I can bet on them because of this. I don't know if I can open that business because of, is your way of getting in the way of what you've been manifesting. And for some of you, it's because you either feel that you're unworthy, or it's because you are scared of placing a boundary where a boundary is needed. Because when you place a boundary, sometimes that means cutting someone off that you don't want to cut off. Sometimes that means leaving a work environment that's very, very, very toxic, but recognizing that it's going to do more damage to you than good. Yeah, you might get that $500 a week from that business, from your job. Is your mental health worth that $500 a week? Is you going home crying every single night because it's defeating, it's exhausting, there's always fighting and drama and just chaos? Is it worth that $2,000 a month for you to lose your peace of mind? Because for some of you, you would say, you know what, Danielle, you're absolutely right. It isn't worth it. And I don't know why I haven't set a boundary before. I feel like for a lot of you though, this is just a reminder to get out of your own way. You see everything clearly. You need to be receptive on opening up and receiving something. Again, receiving assistance. Some of you are going to get some sense of assistance that you didn't expect. And some of you are going to get some sort of truth revealed to you by either a twin flame or a strong soulmate where there was a connection before. That person was very closed off as well. Now, if that's the case, if that person is blocking you, recognize that they hold their patterns and they have the tendency to escape reality. Okay? And if you're allowing them to block you, ask yourself why. Do you not think that you deserve someone who can give you a real relationship, real connection? Why do you think that you deserve someone who's closed off, who only wants a fantasy relationship and not something here, wants to feed you illusion but not actually follow through? Why do you think that you deserve that? Figure that out and set a boundary with the person who's playing games. I don't care if they come in today and go, oh my God, you're the love of my life. Has their actions been showing that? And if not, is that how they treat the love of their life? Because if so, imagine how they gonna treat you when they ain't your fan anymore. Heaven forbid that happen. Sometimes what we want is not what we've manifested. And if we hold on to what we want simply because I want it, you're gonna block what you've been manifesting all along. So get out of your damn way, Pisces. Get out your way. Go after what you've been manifesting. Open up and receive it. But also recognize that what you're receiving might not be what you think it should be. Okay? Because I know of someone personally who's been in nursing school for 6 years who's got a successful business. Yet she's at a place right now where she's having to choose between nursing school and a successful business. Well, what have you been manifesting? The ability to have a good life? Or were you manifesting the ability to help people? Because that's going to make a difference between going after one or the other, or still going after both. Sometimes we have to do the hard thing and say, okay, what am I willing to sacrifice to get towards what I've been asking for? And what does that look like? Is it working for someone else? Is it working in a toxic environment just so I can pay my bills? Is my mental health worth the kind of money that they're giving me? Because I remember when I would work in toxic environments, my therapy bill was insane because I'd have to go to therapy to deal with they shit. That's what I'm seeing here. All right, leaving it here. Have a blessed day.